rain is being put in the jungler, and they lost because of it. So we're gonna see if it's gonna pay off here in game number 2 against Alter Ego.
We'll see if it pays off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 2 as we enter the land of Dawn. And yes, high on the Demon Slayer Minotaur jungle, clearing faster than an Akai.
Wow. Minotaur, we've heard rumors of how much stronger the Minotaur is right now, but using it, especially in the playoffs, that's crazy.
He used the Retribution instantly, right? So that's why he was able to clear faster. I was asking myself, I was like, wait, Minotaur shouldn't actually clear faster there, but here you go. Aura Fire doing what they do best, just like in game 1, already invading, stealing away the creep from Boy. And like we saw in the keys to victory, you do not want Boy to get free farm.
Yep, that's something they definitely do not want. But so far, it does seem like Boy is going to be able to roam around the map. And we can see mirror rotations coming in from both teams for the moment. And now we're going to see what exactly they can do with it, especially now that Aura Fire have opted to go to the bottom lane.
I think discipline is the key right here for both teams, because I feel like it's a bit different. Alter Ego will have a lot more advantage for now in the early game. I think the mid game is where Aura Fire will try and get those huge 4-man, 5-man teamfights going again. And if Alter Ego can avoid that by lane pressure, by superior roaming, there's a possibility. But Aura Fire already making a pathway towards Nino. They want him gone.
Alter Ego, Nino gonna be caught there, and everything is popped up. Nino able to flicker away. That's gonna guiding win as well. Nino taken down, first blood. Presented to you by Samsung Galaxy A series over to Aura once again. And that Minoan Fury is so annoying.
It really is. Every time someone wants to go in for the engage with the Minoan Fury, all that can just be given back towards them, as now the Feather Airstrike has been opened up.
That's the trade coming in from Alter Ego, looking for the neutral objective up top, as that's gonna be Pi going in with the Black Dragon form. Fluffy has the abilities to get out. Turtle slain and not much more. Alter Ego able to trade. Again though, kill traded in for a... Whoa, what's going on here? Once again, High able to get that purple buff. A good steal. Boy wants to look for that kill. Talent prediction by Axe though, again. All 6 towards Alter Ego.
Again, we might be wrong again though, as Aura Fire, they're putting up a huge fight. Look at the knock-up coming in.
That's a lot of damage coming in from the Lilia. And Alter Ego, they're able to escape with the Matilda. But for sure, as when it comes to big, massive team fights, Aura Fire has an advantage, and Godiva very boldly goes for the Ammo Planet into the bush. And both these teams are trying to be aggressive. It just seems like Aura Fire has a better read on Alter Ego, as now, since the Sally Boy will get taken out.
Oh, Sally Boy way too aggressive. Again, gonna get punished there. Godiva doesn't have the I'm Offended to go for Udil, but Aura, they built up another significant lead in the first 3 minutes of the game. Nino goes in, gets the Heptaseas, but at this point, it's looking very bad for Alter Ego.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they have anything to say right now against the aggression that once again Aura Fire is able to implicate on them. And I feel like the root once again goes on to Sally Boy.
Ooh, we take a look at a bit of the emblems right here. And Demon Slayer for both junglers, that's pretty standard. In the late game though, you do see the weapon mastery, but doesn't even matter. Aura Fire goes for more aggressive plays.
Nino has the stun, gets out, facehugger, pops in the black shoes. Aura are able to zone Alter Ego away, even hitting them back so that they have to recall. And again, it's just Aura getting these little victories, slowly but surely snowballing into that mid stage.
It seems like Alter Ego, they have the tools available to try and get an advantage. We do see that several times. Aura Fire get kind of low, they're in a dangerous situation, but it always seems like Aura Fire, they are in the right place at the right time, faster than Alter Ego. So they're just reading Alter Ego a lot faster, and Alter Ego needs to switch it up and maybe try and match the tempo a bit more, because Aura Fire is outpacing them.
Fluffy jumping in, Leo Murphy taken very low. I'm Offended as well. But the airstrike popped in, High goes in for the Minion Fury on to Sally Boy, who has the heavy spin. Gonna go in, pinning Kabuki down as Pi jumps in as well. Black Dragon form popped in, and the turtle will be slain by Sally Boy. Turtle Power Memory sniping the back line down as High is gonna fall as well to the hands of Pi. It's a 2-2, it's a 3-2 scoreline. Alter Ego no longer at 0.
A beautiful counter engage by Alter Ego Esports, and Sally Boy made the perfect decision to pin and use that heavy spin against Kabuki, denying the damage output that he could have, and eventually all the other members just collapsed and a 3-0 trade ensued. Alter Ego Esports able to stop the momentum for the moment, taking the gold lead for themselves, as now Aura Fire, they have to be the ones to be a little bit more careful when it comes into those engages.
The main question right now is which team has the better late game? Because for Alter Ego Esports, more burst damage, some dive available, and high ground, right? Long-range artillery with the Feathered Airstrike. For Aura Fire though, with the Lilia, with the Beatrix, that's a lot of damage, provided that Aura can survive long enough.
And the Black Shoes as well. Nino's looking for it. Torn apart memory, popped in onto Facehugger. Not going to take him down, but it is just a lot of damage placed onto him, forcing him to recall. So Alter Ego can actually look for more on the map. Bottom side high, trying to look for that cheeky gank once again. But I think in terms of the late game, it has to be Aura Fire with the Lilia and the Beatrix, right? Plus, they have such a solid frontliner. This Minotaur is going to be such a hassle to deal with for Alter Ego. He's going to be an absolute nuisance. And I don't think anyone can really melt him down in the late game. Nino, though, got to be careful here. Guiding Wind popped in. He gets out.
And on that note about Minotaur, we did see a fun fact by Grab saying that Minotaur has not been used in MPL ID Season 10 at all. And the last time we saw the Minotaur being used was in Season 9, but as a roamer for T-Boy by on Onyx Esports. So a different shade for the Minotaur right now being used as the jungle, but so far he has been able to equalize in terms of that aggression against someone like the Kai, who is notoriously known to be very strong in that jungle.
Well, right now it does seem like Aura Fire are first on to the turtle. Black Dragon form popped in by Pi, looking for the damage right now. The heavy spin comes in, and Pi again is able to take the turtle away with just the Black Dragon form. Turtle slain here for Alter Ego, and they are going to be actually grasping onto that gold lead now. As High needs to be careful. He's still very, very far ahead there. Oh, with the wings by wings, gets out. Silly Boy jumps in, looking for a pick. Doesn't have the heavy spin, and they're just going to be able to clear out the minion waves in the mid lane. Meanwhile, Fluffy up top.
It does seem like Godiva used that flicker to go in and look for an engage, but perhaps didn't see one at all and didn't use the I'm Offended at all. So a kind of misplay perhaps by Godiva, as now he's going to be the target of all the damage.
Further airstrike popped in. Godiva taken down by Nino. As Alter Ego look to go for a siege into the mid lane, but I don't know. Right now, Facehugger has a lot of wave clear. Alter Ego can't really go for any sieges in that mid lane for now.
You have to try and get more pickoffs right here, because we can see it from the items, right? Udil and Pi particularly have a lot of burst damage to ensure that later on, Kabuki and Facehugger will get absolutely bursted down if they miss position. But look at Sally Boy getting chunked by the shotgun from Kabuki. That is insane damage, and it's only 8 minutes into the game.
It's pretty crazy, right? The fact that he can do that much damage as a Beatrix that has, well, actually the Wesker damage has been buffed as well, right? It's just
if you're closer,
the hitbox that's been nerfed. You can't really hit that many people anymore. You can't go for that AoE. It's more single target at this point. But yeah, Alter Ego, they're scaling together with Aura Fire. If this keeps on going, Aura Fire will have the advantage in the mid towards late stage.
Depending on the execution, because for Alter Ego, yes, they have Aura Fire has a lot of crowd control, but Alter Ego has a Yuzong, right? Immune to crowd control with a Black Dragon form. And of course, if Udil has the opportunity to burst Kabuki down with the Feathered Airstrike, those are the moments that maybe Alter Ego can take advantage of. But of course, it's easier said than done. It's the pressure of making the plays is definitely on the side of Alter Ego though.
Both teams are going to start collapsing on this next neutral objective, that is the Lord. But something to note is the fact that Alter Ego Esports, they have more value in their spells to compensate from. Aura Fire now, all 5 are up. They might be the ones actually in the lead here, as the Feather Airstrike is no longer available to utilize.
Oh, but it's a very short cooldown right now. They have a lot of damage. Man, Oak! Black Shoes popped already. Nino gonna get chunked by the render shot. Sally Boy finds an amazing pick onto Kabuki, bringing High back. Pi jumps into the Black Dragon form onto the back line right now as the damage comes through. In the midst of it all, Kabuki gonna be soloed by Pi in that back line as High now is caught. Forced to back up. Alter Ego have taken the dub in this team fight with another Feathered Airstrike to zone Facehugger and Godiva. It does seem like Alter Ego will have more control in this Lord. Pi once again jumping in with a Furious Dive. Fluffy still able to dodge away. Looking for an opening right here. High, he wants to go for the steal. Minuan Fury is still up. He wants to go for that combo. He jumps in, gonna be CC down, but look at the retchery. Boy wins it. High taken down in the Lord Pit as Alter Ego push their gold lead into a 2,000 gold lead.
Beautiful, beautiful setup from Alter Ego Esports. They understood exactly why Aura Fire were strong enough to contest for the Lord. The answer was Kabuki, and we saw Pai being able to zone him out and make him useless even before the fight ensued.
The poke damage coming in from Udil is just so critical as well. For the bulk of that fight, the poke damage was coming in purely with the Clock of Destiny without the Lightning Truncheon. So that extra bit of burst coming in from the max mana that the Lightning Truncheon gives you, Udil didn't have that. So now the Squishy members from Aura Fire needs to be even more careful, and with Alter Ego getting more map control, getting more vision, going into the jungles of Aura Fire is going to get even more difficult as time goes on.
And now, this is just the big question for Aura Fire. How do they protect their back line? Where's Kabuki gonna go? You can have the best positioning in the world, but if a Black Dragon is looking at you, is hunting you down, what can you do? You can't CC him. He's unstoppable.
I guess the only thing that they can do is not look for an engage and wait for that Black Dragon form to pop up first, and then being able to utilize High with the Minoan Fury for a counter engage.
But that's why Alter Ego have been able to get these fights, right? Aura, they never wanted to take this fight, but because Alter Ego are forcing the neutral objective, Aura are forced to respond. And again, Godiva is there. Pai! With the Petrify onto 3 members, stops the engage from happening, and he's going in 3v1. I don't know about this Pai. He's jumping in again. He is winning the 3v1. Sir Pai, absolute class. He zones everyone away, and Fluffy gets taken down.
Insane plays coming in from Pai, man. This Yuzong pick is the main issue for Aura Fire, and you can see it in action just right there. Pai alone was able to zone the whole team away. He only has a Hunter Strike, full tankiness afterwards, so they can't even burst him down. That is what is allowing Alter Ego to dictate how these fights are gonna take place.
It is looking very bleak for Aura Fire right now as Alter Ego Esports was able to get another turret in that mid side. For the airstrike already opened up here.
Again, Boy with a heavy spin. Godiva gets taken down. Alter Ego snowballing at this point, invading as well.
5,000 gold lead for Alter Ego at this point. Godiva taken down, and so much space has been delivered to the hands of Alter Ego Esports as Aura Fire, even though they're so far behind, they keep looking for these contests, they keep looking for these engages, and in the end, it just doesn't work out.
Udil with the Divine Glyph built right now. As you mentioned, Eterna, Aura Fire are trying to wait out, trying and bait out the Black Dragon form. But while they're doing that, they just constantly get chunked again and again with the poke coming in from Udil. And so the way this composition works together as a whole is just a lot more flexible, a lot more effective. And Aura Fire right now don't really have an easy answer. They have to try and outmaneuver or really catch Alter Ego by surprise, because the way these team fights are playing out, Alter Ego win every single time.
Again, Alter Ego are forcing Aura to take this fight. They cannot... If they stay out of this Lord Pit, it's going to be a free Lord over to Alter Ego. If they take the fight, like you mentioned, Arashi, as long as Pai targets that back line, there's not much that Aura can actually do. Nino dealing damage onto Fluffy, getting out in the trade against the Paquito. As Godiva is looking for a pick, I'm offended onto Nino. This is a disaster. As High gets knocked out by the Lord's helping Alter Ego. Nino is able to get out. Boy goes in. The Lord secured by Udil. And again, High jumps in with a Minion Fury, able to find Nino. But here is Pai once again jumping in with the damage. He gets zoned away, but it's a 1-for-0 for Aura Fire. Alter Ego, they take the Lord and they back up.
They use all their resources to protect Kabuki. You can see the way that they were responding to it. They were waiting for the engage coming in from Pai, and now we can see that Aura Fire, they're starting to slowly learn from their mistakes. But will it be too late here, as the Lord is already marching down in that mid side?
Alter Ego has the high ground. They have the engage potential to try and go for a pickoff before the Lord even reaches the base of Aura Fire. So right now, as we mentioned, it's the same situation. Aura Fire needs everything to play out perfectly to try and get an advantage. In the previous fight, without that Lord knockup, maybe things would be different. And now Alter Ego will not try and leave anything to chance. Look at the damage!
Udil is an absolute menace. Boy jumps in with a heavy spin. Godiva going to be caught there in the midst of it all. Taken down by Pai. but it's a good distraction by Aura Fire. They use Godiva as bait just to go for that Lord. They are able to defend for now, but there are still some enhanced minions coming into that mid lane. Udil definitely looking for a play again. Pi jumps in with a Black Dragon form, zoning the Aura members away, but there are no minions left in the mid lane. Good clear by Aura. High jumps in, Minnow and Fury only onto Pi. Silly Boy still in the midst of it all. Knockoff strike coming in onto two members. Nino jumps in with the damage, coming in with a torn apart memory onto Fluffy, but he's still able to survive. Meanwhile, Kabuki free hitting, but look at Pi again. Jumps in, Kabuki, this time with a win of nature, is able to survive. No one taken down in that skirmish.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful play by Fluffy. Being able to go in, cancel the Feather Airstrike, and walk out alive. Beautifully executed, and Aura Fire still able to defend that inhibitor turret in that bottom side. Alter Ego Esports now, they're the ones in the back foot. They need to retreat as Aura Fire have now gained the space that they initially lost.
They have control over their own jungle, but once the mutual objective spawns again, Alter Ego will be attempting to do the same thing again and again. And honestly, Salibo here is the one that's playing a lot more flexible. If they see an opportunity, if they want to try and pick off Godiva or perhaps Fluffy, they can do so with a heavy spin, but otherwise, he can save it to try and protect Udil from any kind of engage potential from Godiva, Fluffy, and High. You know, take a look at the items, and you already see the damage coming in from Fluffy with the Hunter Strike and the Bloodlust Axe. He has burst for the squishy members, but the tankier members will be pretty fine. And Udil, the main man with the Divine Glaive, as we mentioned, he can clear waves, he can poke everyone out, and the cooldown is getting less and less.
High again with the Black Dragon form. Nino dealing so much damage, and in the back, look at the heavy spin coming in. Kabuki, does he have the win of nature? That's the big question. Minnow and Fury onto Pi. Bennett as well. Jump. What? Pi didn't take any damage from the Bennett ult.
Did it hit?
It did hit. It hit him right on the head, but it did not deal damage because Pi was able to sustain. Where's the anti-regen?
We'll have to see with the item when the items come back up, but now without the Black Dragon form, without the Feathered Airstrike, well, it's up again now. Aura Fire try to find something, but will they succeed?
I don't know. It's looking very bad for Aura in the mid game, but remember what we mentioned earlier. If we get into the late game, wait though, Sir Pi, look at Sir Pi. Once again, he's waiting for Kabuki. Kabuki, he took the bait, Petrify as well, popped in. Kabuki's gonna be tailing Chunk low, and just like this, it's over. Kabuki is gonna be taken down. Another flicker from Nino to seal the deal as well. Pi, what's gone into him? He's an absolute exorcist, just like the skin. He jumps in again. He's able to zone. He's able to bait the black shoes from Face Tiger. Pi versus the world. This man is unstoppable.
Two members taken down for the price of none on the back of Sir Pi. But of course, Aura Fire being able to find some compensation as Udil is going to be traded back. A 4v3 situation. Alter Ego, though, they're still going to be able to get this objective.
Fluffy looking for the miracle play. The Lord helped him out this time. Nino with a torn apart memory, taking the immortality down from Fluffy right now. But High steals it, saves the game for Aura Fire. Fluffy loses his life, but that was the miracle play that they were looking for.
He's alive.
He's
Fluffy,
still
Fluffy.
alive. Minotaur's coming in to help him up the heels as well. Fluffy!
Oh my God.
My goodness! We have a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen.
He survived. That's insane. And now Aura Fire, they've come back. They stay relevant into the game here. 18 minutes has already elapsed as Alter Ego's initial crazy gold lead has now been taken down a bit further. And we're going to see as it all collapses here in that mid side.
Oh my God, what a game. High with a miracle steal there. Arashi, what happened in the pit?
I think the retribution from Sully Boy was just a bit too early, and the Lord was left with such a small sliver of HP. Aura Fire was able to get it. That is insane. It's all... The play was made in the back of Fluffy and his aggressive play. He didn't fall after all that from the side of Alter Ego, and now the gold difference is just very negligible, and the game is getting longer and longer. The difference is going to be more and more negligible. So now I think it all comes down to execution, and you can make the argument that Aura Fire has had the advantage in that department since game number 1.
Remember, late game, we said that Aura should have the upper edge, but Pi, he has the Petrify. Look at what he's going for. Onto Kabuki, he doesn't care about anyone else, but he will not be able to find anyone there. Pi there's something going on here between Pi and Kabuki, right? Every single time.
I mean, at this stage, it's a game of cat and mouse. And initially, we thought that if Alter Ego Esports, if they're able to utilize Pi's ultimate, the Black Dragon form, to take down Kabuki, it should be a fair fight for them. But in the previous team fight around that lord, it didn't seem like that was the case, as now we can take a little look into the damage dealt by Axe. 3 members from Alter Ego, Udil, Nino, and Sir Pi.
Well, you can see that Udil is still all the way on top with that poke damage, but Nino is close second, and of course, Pi himself doing a lot of damage, considering that he has a lot more tankier items as well. But the longer the game goes, the more difficult it's going to be, because Pi has had a huge advantage, but now Pi is the main target. He gets a chance to halve HP, but both teams will still be waiting without a neutral objective at hand. There's no reason for both teams to try and commit to a crazy fight.
You can see how irrelevant Kabuki was as well, being even beneath Lilia, Facehugger. So you can see just how shut down Kabuki is in this particular game with a 1-3-1 KDA. Very different and distinct to Nino, who's sitting at 5-2-4 as well with the killing spree, as the BOD has also been unlocked for him.
You're right, but take a look at the timers. We're no longer in that mid stage. Sure, Kabuki didn't have a good early game, didn't have a good mid game, but as we enter the late game, Kabuki's definitely gonna have more damage output than Nino, and just as I say that, Sunny Boy is caught low. Feather Airstrike popped in onto Kabuki. That's circling Ego as well, and Pi again comes in with a Black Dragon form, with a Petrify, is able to find the immortality of Kabuki, who's still able to run away for now, and that's again Pi, who is unstoppable. 1v3, knocks up, dealing, taking everything, and is still surviving. Torn apart memory, Nino! Jumps in, and Silly Boy as well will be able to pin them down with a heavy spin. Fluffy loses his immortality. Pi times the Furious Dive perfectly for Nino to pick up the double kill. Circling Eagle onto High. High does not have the Minuan Fury. He's gonna be taken down, but Nino's there in the midst again. Torn apart memory popped in. High taken down, shutting down Pi though, finally. 4-4-1. Alter Ego have done it. They're gonna go for the end now. Facehugger, will he be able to make the miracle happen again?
You can see that the mid side is going to be crashing as Udil goes in, going aggressive onto Facehugger, and it's not going to be enough. His Immortal gets taken away, and this is it! The moment we've been waiting for!
Wiped out for Alter Ego. It's an equalizer. 1-1 in the first playoff match.
That is insane. What a game we have on our hands. Proactiveness pays off, and Alter Ego shows it right here. If they just played by default, Aura Fire has a chance to come back, but with Pi, with Udil, with everyone just looking aggressively for the opportunities, Alter Ego is able to equalize. It's 1-1 in match number 1.
Can we just wait a minute, take a deep breath and just appreciate Pi for all it was worth, right? Because
give him the MVP.
oh my god, that couldn't have been possible with the way that Pi was playing. He came out of nowhere, being able to go into that backside, take down Kabuki, render him irrelevant up until the 21st minute of the game. And that was all just so beautifully done by Alter Ego. And in the end, it only took 1 minute for Alter Ego to just really knock that final nail in that coffin.
Just give the MVP over to Pi. Holy, what a performance. Even when they were losing in the first game, Arashi, who was the standout? Pi. Buying the time, cutting the waves.